just watched the video about Atiku Abubakar stepping aside for Peter Obi, and I had to pause because at first I thought it was just another campaign message. But no, this one is heavy, and it is actually saying that if they don't unite now, opposition will stay divided, and Nigeria will continue to suffer. When they talk about being obedient and conquerors and rising together from the north to the south and from the east to the west, it sounds like music at first, but if you really think about it, it is a call to action, and it is literally saying that peer compromises cannot guide Nigeria anymore, and the future is in our hands. And I almost could not believe that someone like Atiku Abubakar would even consider stepping back after all these years of ambition and struggle for power. The message is simple but heavy because the people are calling for change and the writing is on the wall. That is, if Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and Rabiu Kwankwaso do not act now, division will win. And I had to stop for a second to think about it because standing together is not just a slogan; it is a real responsibility that everyone named in this situation has to take serious. You know, when they say we cannot be divided by tribe or religion, and that one people, one voice, one vision must build a stronger nation. I had to repeat it in my head because this is not just a campaign chant. It is telling Atiku Abubakar that he must step aside and give Peter Obi a chance to lead, and Kwankwaso too. And if they don't, the same cycle of division will continue. And I almost laughed at first because it sounds too simple to be real, but then I realized it is exactly what is needed, and the moment is now. And when they kept repeating that united we are stronger and united we will win, I had to rewind it because this is not an empty repetition, and it is a warning, and it is saying that if Atiku Abubakar and the others do not act honorably, the opposition will collapse under its own ego, and the people will feel betrayed again. And I kept asking myself if we have ever seen this kind of clarity in Nigerian politics before, where the message is literally that stepping aside for Peter Obi is the most honorable thing to do. But politics is not a choir practice, and ambition, ego, and loyalty to personal legacy are heavy. And you really have to ask yourself if Atiku Abubakar will just wake up and one day and step right like the video is telling him, or if this is just something that looks good on camera. And I am not just even sure if Abiu Kwankwaso fully understand the weight of alignment here. But the people are clear that division now will cost everything. And if they really want to give the Obi and Kwankwaso the chance, they are calling for all named individuals have to act with urgency. When they say put the nation above ambition, I had to stop and think because that is the call of the message, and it is simple but heavy. You cannot know that Nigeria must rise above personal agendas. And if Atiku Abubakar refuses, the video itself comes through that people are demanding realignment, not just on his hand. The line about one voice, one Nigeria, one destiny is not just poetic, it is a strategic call that says failure to unite will lead to defeat. And I swear to you, hearing it makes you feel the urgency in your chest. Sitting down and thinking about asking someone to step aside is easy, but when you imagine the years of influence and political capital that Atiku Abubakar has invested, you see that it is massive, and the assumption that unity will automatically lead to victory is dangerous if it is not handled carefully. And I kept asking myself if the people in this message really understand that, or if they are just hoping the names involved will act with honor without considering the risk. And when they say Nigeria must rise now, I almost held my breath because this is not the same Nigeria of old where slogans slogans to calm the masses. This is a Nigeria where people are impatient and where pressure is rising and where unity is demanded loudly, and you can feel that Atiku Abubakar, Peter Obi, and Kwankwaso are at the center of this call for decisive action. And the video is not just on, it is literally a signal that the political landscape is shifting. And if they do not act correctly, that particular canoe of opposition, imagined at the beginning, we think, and everyone involved will go down together. And I still ask myself, will Atiku Abubakar really step aside? Or is this just another emotional push that will fade once reality